Greetings to all movie buffs. Welcome to the Film Focus channel. We hope you enjoy our content, and please remember to like and bookmark.
In general, Dune 2 not only reaches new heights in terms of visual effects and technology, but more importantly, provides the audience with an ideological journey in terms of narrative depth and theme exploration. Through brilliant storytelling, deep characterization, and complex thematic exploration, Dune 2 successfully transforms Frank Herbert's classic into a modern science fiction cinematic masterpiece. It is not only a tribute to the original work, but also a profound reflection on contemporary society and the future of mankind. Dune 2 is undoubtedly a movie worth watching, discussing and thinking about many times. Its success lies in not only allowing the audience to enjoy the visual shock, but also triggering in-depth thinking about human nature, society, and the universe. Color and art design. The use of color and art design of Dune 2 are also important parts of its visual effects achievements. The color combinations in the film are designed to reflect the characteristics of different cultures and environments. From the golden desert of Dune to the blue eyes of the Freeman, the use of each color is full of symbolic meaning and deepens the story. Feel. The art team's design and construction of scenes, whether it is a grand palace or a narrow underground tunnel, shows extremely high creativity and fine grasp of details, creating a universe that is both real and full of imagination for the audience. Narrative and theme. Through its carefully constructed narrative and themes, Dune 2 provides a profound journey of thought and exploration that touches on many of the core issues facing the world today. In the story of Paul Atreides, we witness a young man trying to find his place among the complexities of cosmic politics, family strife, and cultural differences, and how he copes with the weight of his preordained destiny. Discussion of power. The film delves into the nature of power and its impact on individuals and society. Paul's family, the Atreides, became the center of power because they controlled the most precious resource in the entire universe, spices. As the story unfolds, Paul gradually realizes that power is not just a tool to control and rule, but also a great responsibility. He began to question and reflect on how this power could be used to achieve justice and peace, rather than as a means of oppression and greed. Faith and prophecy. Dune 2 also deeply explores the impact of faith and prophecy on individuals and society. The prophecy that Paul was regarded as the savior by the Freeman not only shaped his destiny, but also influenced the actions and choices of those around him. The film shows how faith can be a force for people to find hope in despair, while also revealing the dangers and challenges that blind faith can bring. The brilliance and challenges of human nature. During Paul's journey, he not only faced external enemies and challenges, but also faced inner fears and contradictions. Through interactions with the Cheni and Freeman, Paul learns to understand and respect different cultures and values. This process embodies the brilliance of human nature, compassion, courage, and love. At the same time, the film does not shy away from showing the dark side of human nature, including betrayal, greed, and lust for power, reminding the audience not to forget their original aspirations and morality when pursuing ideals and goals. Environmental metaphor. The desert environment of Arrakis is not only an important part of the film's visual effects, but also a metaphor for the environmental crisis in today's world. By showing the competition for spices and the destruction of the Dune planet ecosystem, the film reflects the consequences of overexploitation of natural resources and neglect of the environment, and calls on humans to coexist harmoniously with nature rather than blindly exploit and plunder. Music and sound effects. The film's music and sound design are also one of the key factors in its success. Music not only enhances the atmosphere of the scene, but in many cases, through changes in melody and rhythm, is closely connected with the emotional direction and narrative structure of the film, providing the audience with a more immersive viewing experience. At certain key moments, the clever use of music and sound effects can make the audience feel the emotional fluctuations of the characters and the urgency of the story more deeply. In Dune 2, the music and sound effects design are not only impressive, but also deepen the emotional depth and narrative power of the film to a great extent. The success of this part is due to the careful planning and creative realization of the music production team, who not only understood the core themes and emotions of the film, but also enhanced the audience's immersion and emotional resonance through the innovative use of music and sound effects. Narrative function of music. The music of Dune 2 was created by famous composers. They deeply understood the narrative needs and emotional atmosphere of the film, and created a series of musical works that are both original and expressive. These musical works not only match various scenes in the film, but are also closely connected with the emotional direction and narrative structure of the film through changes in melody, rhythm and harmony. For example, in the scene showing the magnificent desert landscape of Arrakis, the music is presented with broad and deep melodies, creating an awe-inspiring atmosphere and allowing the audience to feel the vastness and mystery of the desert. In scenes depicting the characters' inner conflicts and emotional struggles, the music adopts more delicate and complex melodies, conveying the characters' emotional fluctuations through subtle changes in the music, deepening the audience's understanding and sympathy for the characters' inner world. Precise use of sound effects. The sound design in Dune 2 is equally excellent. The sound effects team accurately captured and reproduced the sounds of various natural environments and technological equipment in the film. From the roar of sand on the dunes to the roar of the spaceship engine, every sound passed through carefully designed to enhance the realism and immersion of the film. Especially when showing the spice storm and battle scenes, the strong impact and detailed processing of the sound effects made the audience feel as if they were immersed in the scenes and feel the tension and intensity of the scenes. In addition, sound effects also play an important role in expressing the themes and emotions of the film. Through the clever processing of sound, the psychological state of the characters and the deep meaning of the film are conveyed. Integration of music and sound effects. In Dune 2, the integration of music and sound effects has reached a high degree of harmony and unity, jointly building a grand and delicate auditory world. Important turning points and emotional climaxes in the film are often enhanced through the clever combination of music and sound effects, making the emotional impact and memory points of these moments more profound. Music and sound effects are not only an important support for the film's narrative and emotional expression, but also a key factor in creating a unique artistic style and viewing experience for the film. Cultural and philosophical implications. Dune 2 profoundly explores multiple themes at the cultural and philosophical levels, making it not only a film rich in visual and emotional experience, but also a profound ideological journey. These explorations touch on fundamental questions of human existence, including our relationship with nature and how we understand our place and destiny in the universe. Critique of environment and resources. The film's depiction of the dune star Arrakis and its precious resource spice is a direct metaphor for the current global environmental crisis and resource competition. Spices are not only a key resource that drives the economy of the entire universe, but also a symbol of sustaining life and power. By showing different forces competing for spices and destroying the ecology of Dune planet, the film criticizes mankind's blind development and plunder of natural resources, as well as the long-term impact of this behavior on the environment and society. This theme reflects contemporary society's urgent concerns about sustainable development and environmental protection, reminding viewers to reflect on our consumer behavior and attitude towards nature. Religion, beliefs, and prophecy. Dune 2 deeply explores the role of religion, belief, and prophecy in individual lives and social structures. In the film, Paul Atreides is regarded by the Freeman as the prophesied savior, which not only has a profound impact on his personal destiny, but also changes the dynamics of the entire society. By depicting the power of religious belief and prophecy in different cultures, the film explores how faith shapes an individual's identity and choices, and how it is used as a tool by power to influence and control groups of people. In addition, Paul's acceptance and challenge of his Messiah identity triggered philosophical discussions about free will and destiny, exploring the possibility of finding personal autonomy in a destiny that seemed to have been predetermined. Destiny, autonomy, and predestination. Dune 2 unfolds a profound discussion about destiny, autonomy, and predestination through Paul's journey. In the film, although Paul's future seems to be fixed by prophecies and surrounding expectations, he is still trying to make his own choices and find a way to change his own destiny and that of the universe. This theme reflects the human pursuit of free will and the possibility that when faced with a seemingly unchangeable fate, individuals can still influence the outcome through their own actions and decisions. The film encourages viewers to think about how to maintain personal choice and mobility under the various pressures and expectations of life, and how to find and create their own free space in the tide of fate. Dune 2 is not only a science fiction movie, but also a work full of cultural and philosophical implications. The film's depiction of the environment and criticism of resource control reflect the current environmental crisis and resource competition faced by the world. At the same time, through the discussion of religion, belief and prophecy, the film puts forward philosophical thinking about destiny, autonomy, and predestination. In this universe, how individual choices and actions find freedom in the trajectory of fate, and ultimately affect the direction of the entire universe, has become an important theme that the film attempts to explore. Dune 2 inherits the epic tone of the 2021 movie, Dune, not only further expanding the visual effects and narrative depth, but also doing a lot of work in character development and plot advancement. As the latest film adaptation of Frank Herbert's 1965 novel of the same name, this film is not only a faithful presentation of the original work, but also a modern interpretation of its worldview. In Dune 2, the core of the story revolves around the growth and destiny of the protagonist, Paul Atreides. Paul, played by Timothée Chalamet, is the heir to the Atreides family, a young man who was born into a noble family but has a great mission. The film carefully depicts his growth from a young man who passively accepted his fate to a leader who determines the direction of his destiny. This process is not only a symbol of personal growth, but also reflects the complex relationship between power, responsibility, and choice. Arrakis, or Dune Star, is a desert planet full of mystery and danger. It is the only source of spice in the entire universe. Spices are a precious resource that extends human lifespan, enhances mental abilities, and is essential for interstellar travel. Therefore, controlling Arrakis not only means possessing huge wealth, but also possessing the power to influence the political structure of the entire universe. This temptation of power made the battles between the major noble families extremely fierce. In the first film, we witnessed how the Atreides were betrayed by the Emperor and the Harkonnen, and their loss of control of the planet Arrakis. Dune 2 continues from this background, telling how Paul not only survived after his family suffered betrayal and annihilation, but also led a rebel army and began an arduous journey to regain control of the planet Arrakis. For Paul, this journey is not only an external war and revenge, but also an inner struggle and growth. He needs to face the past, present and future of his family, and at the same time face the prophecy in himself. He is predicted to be the Messiah who will lead the entire universe to a new era. This dual identity imbued every decision Paul made with great meaning and consequences. As the story unfolds, Paul gradually learns how to use his strength and wisdom not only for revenge, but also to find a path that can lead to true peace and justice. Dune 2 deftly uses Paul's personal growth story to delve into the nature of leadership, the price of power, and the connection between personal responsibility and collective destiny. The film reveals the complex political intrigue and the multifaceted nature of human nature by showing the interactions and conflicts between Paul and his family members, the Freemen, and other noble families. In the process, Paul not only became a true leader, but also became a bridge connecting different cultures and races, leading them towards a brighter future. Director and screenwriter Denis Villeneuve, with his unique directorial vision and deep understanding of the science fiction genre, successfully transformed the classic literary work Dune into a visually and emotionally shocking film. In Dune 2, Villeneuve continued to co-write with Joe Spates and Eric Roth. Their cooperation further deepened the narrative level of the film, making it not only a visual feast, but also an exploration of ideas. Actors and roles. The cast of Dune 2 can be called luxurious, and each actor contributed his own part with his superb performance. Timothée Chalamet continues to play the protagonist Paul Atreides, and his performance is more deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. It not only shows Paul's growth as a leader, but also profoundly depicts his inner struggle and pain. Zendaya's character Chini has more screen time in this film, and the chemistry between the two adds a lot of emotion to the film. Other actors, such as Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, etc., also used their excellent performances to add complexity and depth to the film's story. The cast of Dune 2 not only continues the star-studded cast of the first film, but also adds more layers and depth through newly added characters, making the entire story richer and more engaging. Here's a closer look at some of the main cast and their characters. Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides. Timothée Chalamet successfully portrayed the complex character of Paul Atreides with his infectious acting skills. In Dune 2, Chalamet not only showed Paul's determination and courage as a young leader, but also profoundly portrayed his vulnerability and struggle in the face of tremendous pressure and inner conflict. Chalamet's performance accurately captured Paul's transformation from a young boy to a mature leader, while also showing his confusion about the future and his deep reflections on power. Zendaya plays Chini. Zendaya's character Shane in Dune 2 received more development and depth. Chini is not only Paul's lover, but also his spiritual support and guide. Through her uniquely charming and soulful performance, Zendaya perfectly embodies Chini's strength and intelligence, as well as her important influence on Paul's development. The chemistry between the two fills the film, adding rich emotional layers to the overall story. Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica. Rebecca Ferguson reprises her role as Lady Jessica, Paul's mother, and her character also experienced profound development in Dune 2. As a member of the Bene Gesserit sisters, Lady Jessica not only faces the emotional challenges of motherhood, but also political and faith conflicts. Ferguson's performance profoundly reveals the complexity of Lady Jessica, whose struggle between protecting her son and obeying her beliefs adds a layer of philosophical and moral exploration to the film. Josh Brolin as Gani Halleck. Josh Brolin plays Gani Harlech, a loyal warrior of the Atreides and Paul's mentor, who continues to play an important role in Dune 2. Halleck's role is not only a warrior on the battlefield, but also an important guide on Paul's life path. Through his gritty and soulful performance, Brolin demonstrates Halleck's courage and loyalty, as well as his profound impact on Paul's development. Newly added roles. Dune 2 also introduces a number of new characters, whose additions add new dimensions and conflict to the story. Each newly added actor contributes to the film's complex storyline and deep themes through their superb performances. Whether it's new allies or enemies, the addition of these characters makes the Dune 2 universe more colorful and the story more engaging. Visual effects and cinematography. The visual achievements of Dune 2 are undoubtedly breathtaking. The film's photographer used advanced photography technology and visual effects to vividly present Herbert's Dune world to the audience. From the vast desert landscapes to the detailed character close-ups, every frame is filled with detail and emotion, making the audience feel as if they are in this distant universe. Dune 2's visual effects and cinematography are among the most striking aspects of the film, and together they create a sci-fi world that's both grand and detailed. Through advanced photography technology and innovative visual effects design, the film successfully transforms Frank Herbert's unique Dune universe into stunning visual images that not only show the magnificence of the outside world, but also profoundly reflects the fluctuations in the character's inner world. Photography skill. The film's photography work was led by senior photography directors, who used a variety of photography techniques to capture the unique atmosphere of different scenes. For example, in order to show the vast desert landscape of Arrakis, the photography team used aerial photography technology to capture the magnificent scenery of the desert and the unpredictable sand dunes, so that the audience can feel the desolation and vastness of the Dune planet. In terms of character close-ups and emotional expressions, the photographer used fine light control and in-depth scene construction. Through the changes in light and shadow and capturing the character's eyes and expressions, the emotional level of the film was deepened, allowing the audience to get closer to the inner world of the characters. Visual effects innovation. The innovation in visual effects of Dune 2 is reflected in many aspects. From the complex ecosystem on the Dune planet to the spectacular scenes of interstellar travel, every detail has been carefully designed and produced. In particular, the spy storm scene in the film uses advanced CG technology and special effects to show the magnificence and danger of this unique natural phenomenon, allowing the audience to feel the power of the impact of sand grains in the storm and the mysterious atmosphere of spices. In addition, The design of the spaceship and various technological equipment in the film not only maintains the sense of science fiction in the original work, but also incorporates modern aesthetics, showing a technological style that is both ancient and futuristic.